Well, you'll be glad to know that after much deliberation and much thought, when it comes to screencasting, I've actually come down to getting the IShowU software, which was the first one that I trialled. And the first one that I did use also had that big flash across it, the green stripes with lots of writing on. So now obviously it's a paid for version. It only cost me $20, which at the time of purchase was equivalent to £14.20. So here we go, let's take a look at it. I had a brief look at it before in a previous podcast, but now it's downloaded, just a little reminder. I'm pretty pleased with it. The action itself is quite smooth. Just got it down here, so there we go. So there we are. Let's go from, if we look at the left hand side first of all, the presets, you can see that you can set it on various different types of formats at various types of compression rates. So really you've got a great choice on the type of level of quality that you want. So it's always a compromise between quality and file size, and that's particularly important if you're going to be streaming. But having said that, I have found that there are lots of things you can do after the fact with this as well. But here it is. I've actually set it so that I've just got a good quality. I'm using the built-in microphone obviously. The actual frame rate I was using the last screencast that I did was very jittery and even went fuzzy when I actually pushed it out. It didn't bear up too well, but that was a free piece of software, and that had the effect of it running at something like 2 to 3 frames per second, so really bad quality really. So I don't want to do a broadcast that's going to be that sort of quality. So this is, now I've set it as actually 40, and I think that's going to be really quite a nice, healthy, smooth video quality to it, which you need, I think, particularly when you're moving around a bit. So this is new and just being downloaded, so as you can see, so you know, fairly new there, but I get on with this a great deal. It's terrific. I've left the halos in, which I really like that effect because I think it just points at what you're doing. I've made the pointer on my Mac slightly bigger. Really, what you're looking at is quite simply universal access, and it's all about really your mouse. And you go into mouse, and you can actually then just simply here, if you have difficulty seeing the mouse, well, I don't have any difficulty seeing the mouse. I have difficulties in seeing the pointer. So as you can see here, I just simply push the slider along. You should be able to see that mouse pointer getting bigger as I do it, but hopefully it should come up this end. Okay, it should be what you see is what you get on the screen. I find that really useful. The default size is okay. I did it for a year, I got on fine with it, and I never really missed the idea, as with Windows for instance, where you've got this whole plethora of different types of pointers and things that you can do to customize the theme of your PC. It's a little different on the Mac perhaps, at the moment anyway. So, off the cuff completely there, and just went off on a slight tangent. Something I did want to show you though, something that's free. It runs on both 10.4 and 10.5 Mac OS 10, and this is a little bit of software called this. It's a Hasa AG Dock Lock update. Well, it says it as an update. I'm not quite sure why it is. It's a piece of software that's been put together by a couple of pretty clever guys in Germany. And what it does quite simply is it will prevent you if you get in all quite excited, you can set your dock, as you know, to a certain size, but every now and again you might accidentally do this, and as if by magic you've evaporated something, or you might even put something on here you didn't want to. So what you can do is actually lock the actual dock, and if you go up here you can see it's a very straightforward interface. It's quite traumatic when I first used it. So if I try it now, let's just move text edit. I'm actually left click and holding. Now the beauty is I can still use these applications, so a single left click will actually engage them, but I can't left click and hold, so it is literally locked out, which is great. Now I'm not sure if you can actually password that. Maybe that's something to look at. Let's have a wee look, because it's been sitting on the dock for ages now. No, you can lock or unlock it. Very easy to get hold of me, as I'll always keep saying. Okay, just pointing there towards the Mac Junction website. You can see the URL there set up there in the Firefox address bar. So email me please on Kev's World on the web at mac.com if you want to get hold of me there. Just do a little inquiry, ask a question, make a comment, please say hello. And you can also get me on Twitter too, and I'm available on Skype. Speaking of which, one of the things here, for those of you who may not have used Twitter before or have heard a bit about it, basically it's probably your most down-to-earth basic social networking site you're going to find, or certainly one of them. I would say that I am still in the process of kind of road testing a few of the social networking sites, and I've yet to come to some conclusions before doing a podcast on that. But with Twitter, it's quite simple. There I am sat there. I've actually announced to the world, as it were, to everyone in general about my recent purchase. Literally sort of 20 minutes ago that I did it. I'm just going to put, just type in the bar here. I am Screencasting, stating the obvious there. There you go, make sure I spell that right. I am Screencasting, and let's go comma. Let's see. Be sure to check it out. Okay. Now I'm not going to copy and paste in a URL. It's just something really, I suppose, it can be largely frowned upon doing this because it's seen as being canvassing, but what the heck. So I've updated it, and that's me transmitting to the world. It has to be said, I do have people here. The people that you can see here are a guy from typical Mac user. You'll know him if you listen to that. Very good. If you don't listen to that podcast, do. Dave Hamilton from the Mac Geek Gab. A couple of times we've been in conversation with him. He's a very busy guy. I think he's on Twitter quite a bit. Both him and John F. Braun as well are on there. I think he's down the bottom there somewhere, maybe. No, he's not. Okay. So you can see there I've got a list of people that are on the favourites. Now I actually populated that quite a bit. I had quite a lot of people on here. And to be honest with you, a lot of people are starting to get into the whole idea of being followed as being a credential, as being a status, and it's not really me. What I'm doing is really trying to follow those people in technology, by and large, that I sort of find interesting and maybe want to interact with. So let's just say there's Dave there. Now, if I wanted to say hello to Dave, if I wanted to tweet him, as the expression is, then that's all I have to do. So all I do is I click that there, and I'm just going to say hi to Dave. I'm going to say hi. I'm going to go hi. I said hi, Dave. He already knows it's him. So get some sleep, because he was saying, he was just tweeting just now that he feels very tired and he wishes he'd lived close to the so to the airport, I should say. Get some sleep, and then just go reply, and that's gone off there. Okay, doing this very much on the fly. This is all making sense. So you can say I actually pointed it towards Dave, but at some point he may well come back to me. While we're waiting for that to happen, another one I might recommend, if you're more technology minded than anything else, then you do a lot worse to go along to the Twit Army. The beauty of Twit Army is that it's a lot more, let's say, it's a lot more sort of tighter community, so you're more likely to say, so you might get an answer, you know, hi, I am Screencasting right now. Okay, right now, anyone want to say hi? And we'll just put that in there, and I'll go send. So it works like Twitter, but the difference here is probably a little bit instantaneous. There aren't millions and millions of people on it. There are lots of people on it. I'm not quite sure what the number is, but it is. But again, it works in a similar way. These are all the people. Well, that's everyone. That's where it's different to Twitter. The only people I would have appear are people I don't know. That's what's quite good. So it's basically a chat room. It's a glorified chat room, I suppose you could say. But you can have obviously people that you would take notice of. You can join various groups and that type of thing, like you've got indicated down here. So that's fair enough. Now let's go across here. Now I'm going to actually go and refresh in Firefox and see if that one just loads up again, and see if we get anything else. See, nothing happening quite yet. Let's go back to Twitter and see perhaps if anyone's responded to that. Now, if nothing happens, do not be surprised. There you go. It was only a couple of minutes ago. He's probably actually is asleep now. Thank you for subscribing. I'll meet you next time at that place called Mac Junction. Take care now. Bye-bye.